Hello everyone and welcome back to another installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Last we left off, we were talking with Eamon about Denora. But Alistair's mother was a scullery maid. How was he better?
Thanks. I'm right here, you know.
His mother was a maid, but his father was Merrick Theron, for whom we all risked our lives to win back the throne. I only wish Merrick had taken more time to instruct the lad in the politics of ruling. I did my best, but we all hoped Kaelin and Honora would secure the succession.
Why is it so important to put Merrick's son on the throne?
Riordan was first united by Calenhad, the Silver Knight. For 400 years, his descendants have ruled Riordan. That was the heritage we preserved from the Orlesians, and it is the heritage I will fight for as long as one of Calenhad's descendants still lives. Without that to unite us, we could scatter back to warring Turniers.
Yeah. Alistair doesn't know the first thing about being king.
No, I don't, which I've told both of you on many occasions. If Honora's turned against Loghain, I say let her keep the crown. It looks better on her anyway.
You're both wrong. With a few months of experience, Alistair will make a fine king. He knows how to lead troops to defend his land. He knows how to stand and fight for justice. He knows how to show compassion to those less fortunate, and how to trust to the Maker's guidance to know right from wrong. And he knows who to turn to for aid, should that training fail him. He will be fine.
Let's talk about something else.
We certainly have a great deal to plan.
What do you think he's doing in the alienage?
Maker knows what that man is capable of now.
I've got work to do.
Of course, if I might make a suggestion, go speak with Honora. She will either be a powerful ally or a powerful enemy, and the sooner we know which she is, the better.
Indeed. I agree with that fact. Now, here's my feelings on Honora. Just pausing the game to tell you. My feelings on Honora. I think that she actually is a very good ruler for Riordan. She knows what she's doing. She's very practical. She's very capable. She really has been ruling Riordan, with Kaelin as a bit more of a figurehead. She's absolutely perfectly capable of running the throne and running Riordan. And yet, for this playthrough, I certainly would never hand her the throne, because I certainly do believe that Alistair deserves the throne, and I will, yeah, you'll see why. Probably not too long from now, actually. But hey, it's our buddy Riordan. How's it going, buddy? Did you make it out okay? I'm saving, because I feel like it.
Hello again, friend. It looks as though you're no worse for wear after your stay in Fort Draken.
Could you tell me about that vault again?
It's located just off the Market District in the northern alley past the Nord Noble Tavern. I'll sketch out the code which will let you pass the lock wheel. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the Wardens have kept for centuries for the defense of Denerim.
Did you know Duncan very well?
We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. He was exactly the same back then, tough as stone and just as grizzled. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to let the few be sacrificed to protect the many. Always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only way he ever let himself down.
I was hoping I could learn a bit more about the Grey Wardens.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to me that you've picked the important parts up yourself. Be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths.
How many Wardens are there?
It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. There are certainly a few dozen or hundreds in every nation in Thedas. The Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Riordan deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is.
Have you ever been to the fortress in Weishaupt?
Once only, and I'd rather not go again. It's far, lad, and very foreign. The Wardens there, they fight Darkspawn like you and me, but they're shaped by the winters there and the forest. They're a cold group and don't care like they should about the rest of the world. Their king is weak, and many Anders look to the Wardens to rule. I hate to say this, but some of them seem to want it that way.
How were the Wardens founded?
It was near 1200 years ago, and no one knows for sure, except that it began with a group of Anders soldiers. Apparently they defected from their king's army, vowing that fighting the Blight was more important, and traveled all the way to Tevinter themselves. They were the first ones to track down the archdemon Dumat, and the ones to slay him, though none survived the battle. But they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the Order, and were recognized by Thedas.
Why has it been so long since the last Blight?
Archdemons don't awaken on their own, you know. It takes the Darkspawn, tunneling and tunneling, searching for centuries to find one. And with no one to lead them, it must be sheer chance, or maybe instinct, which leads them. What's surprising isn't that it takes so long between Blights. What's surprising is that they succeed at all. But I imagine the old gods call to them, and it's that voice in the darkness which drives them through so many generations.
I guess that's all for now.
The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. When you're facing Darkspawn, all you need to know is to stop them at all costs.
I see. And I should trade out my sword, because they removed my recruit sword. Starfang, get on my back. And Alistair, you're still wearing the regulation sword. Put on Duncan's sword, it's your sword. Yeah, Starfang is much better still. Okay. So, a little bit of history on the Wardens, and you may be wondering why I asked about the vaults. Very good reason. You have anything else to say?
Friend. It looks as though you're no worse for wear after your stay in Fort Draken.
Ah, what are your plans now?
When I'm well enough, I'm going to continue my journey toward Ostagar. Hopefully I'll be able to trace the heart of the Blight and where the Archdemon itself abides. If we want to defeat this Archdemon, we need to know where it is and how soon it might strike.
You're going alone? Shouldn't I go with you?
If there were more of us, I would agree. But as it is, I don't think we can deprive all the armies you've gathered of a commander.
Commander? I need to get going.
Good luck to you, then. We will have to talk again when the land's meat is more settled.
Agreed. Now, things here open up a little bit more again. And he did make the suggestion to go talk with Nora. I forget exactly how to handle that conversation. And I am going to be quite sneaky here. I'll go visit her in a moment. And I think talking with Alistair just triggers a conversation. I'm indecisive about this. And talking with them, just again, yeah. But there's a lot of interesting foreshadowing going on here that I really like as it builds towards the end game. I'm going to cut the video off here. Yeah, which is good because it's right about the time for me to start doing that anyway. But I hope to see you on the next installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins, where we talk with Queen Nora. Hope to see you then.